Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Disney Runner, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the Peloton. Like, the Peloton is really hype right now and doing great because of what's been going on in the world with COVID. And I know that a lot of people cannot afford a Peloton or even just don't want to spend that kind of money on the Peloton. So that was my situation a couple of months ago, back in April, when I first started to look into something that was some cross training, because mainly I'm a runner and I wanted to do some cross training, and I know spinning is one of the best ways that runners can do some cross training. So I know back in April, I went to look up the Peloton, and the price, it was up there. Over $2,000 for just the bike. That didn't include shoes, weights, the subscription. So I was like, it gotta be a cheaper way to get the experience. So I started looking into other spin bikes. And there were a couple other spin bikes that had the TV screen. I know NordicTrack has one, and then there was another called MRS Fitness. And I have a friend that has the bike, so I was asking her questions. And so not only do you buy the bike, but you have to have a monthly subscription. And the monthly subscription is $40, where the app subscription is $13. So I was like, I think I want to go that route. I ended up finding a really good bike for $500. It's called the Horizon IC7.9. So I ordered that. It got to my house within it was less than a week. And I know the Peloton was taking months to be delivered. So that was another thing. I wanted something right now. So I got the Horizon that came, set it up, started with the app. It was great. I loved it. But I felt like I was missing something. And for me, that was the output. That's the one metric I was not able to get with the Horizon bike. With the Horizon bike, you get the cadence. They have a resistance lever, so you can adjust that. But you're not knowing if you're really getting better. You have nothing to compare yourself with. For me. So I mentioned it to my husband, like, man, I really like it. I love the classes. I love the instructor. I love the community of the Peloton. I was falling in love with Peloton. But man, the only thing I feel like I'm missing is the output. I really would like to have that metric, but I still didn't want to spend that money. Well, for my birthday, my husband surprised me, and he ordered the Peloton bike. It took about 6 weeks to get here, though. But now I've been working out with that. And so I have something to really compare it to. That's my dog, Pace. You'll probably be hearing her. So now I have a true comparison of the Peloton versus using your own spin bike. And I have the Horizon IC9. I won't really go into the difference with the resistance, because the resistance and things like that on bikes are different across the board, even across Peloton bikes. But I will go into what metrics the Peloton app have that you can get versus the Peloton bike. So on the app, you get cadence and resistance, but as I mentioned before, you do not get that output unless you have a power meter. If your bike has a power meter, you can get the output, but the Peloton will not keep track of that information for you to know if you're getting better. You will have to manually keep track of that information. The subscription fee. The subscription fee for the app is $13 versus $40 if you have the bike. But with the $40 subscription fee, you can add however many users that you would like. Right now, I have 3 users on my bike, versus with the subscription, you get 1 user per subscription. So that's kind of, that's kind of a cool thing. If you got friends or family that kind of want to use the app, do other workouts on the app, you can add them to your profile, and it's still just $40 a month. So I'm going to go down to my gym and show you all a video overview of how it looks, just a comparison to help some of you all out there to make a decision if the Peloton is something you want to invest in versus maybe the hack will work for you. For me, it worked until I kind of started getting serious and like, man, I really would like to have that output metric. So let's go down to the Cave of Wonders. Hi guys, and welcome down to my Cave of Wonders. I call it that because this is where the magic happens. Okay, so I'm going to get right down to it and show you the Peloton app on your own spin bike, how it would look versus the actual Peloton bike. First up, I have my Horizon IC7.9. Here's my Horizon bike, and it's a nice bike. I think it retails for around $6.99. I was able to get it on sale for $4.99. But it has dual pedals where you can clip in on one side and toe cages on the other side. It has a resistance lever that's supposed to be 0 to 100, but there are preset clicks, so it's more like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 type of thing, and not really like 1, 2, 3 like it is on the Peloton bike. And then it has a monitor that tells your RPM, which is cadence, distance, calories, distance traveled during your workout, and it has speed, and then the time elapsed for your workout and the actual time. And so here is my iPad that I use for my Peloton workouts when I was using this bike, and this is how the class looks while you're taking it. Over here you have your here now, and that is a list of the people that are taking the class with you at the same time. And you can go through and you can click on them to give them high fives. And then this little red dot, you click on that and you can see those who are celebrating milestones. You can give them a high five, and then it also tells you who has high fives you back. All right, so she will call out a cadence, and my cadence will pop up over there on the screen, even though I can see that here too. It's just nice to have it right there on the screen along with your heart rate. And she will also call out the resistance that you should be at during the class with your cadence. And so then I would just adjust this in the range. If she says 20 to 30, I would go somewhere between, the third notch and 50. And that's pretty much it with how the class looks when you're using the app with your own spin bike. So this is what I was talking about. With the Peloton bike, you can have a number of people on the subscription for the $40 versus with the app for the $13 a month, it's only one person. So on this bike, I just choose my profile. And then this is how this looks with the classes. You can also see that on the app over there, it says I have a class in progress. And if I had any friends that were on taking a class, it would tell me that also. So it's a little different how it looks. It tells you the tags that you have, what are the popular workouts that your friends are taking, people that are in the same tag group as you, what they're doing. So we're going to bring up the class. All right, start today's class, and this is how the screen looks here. Over here, you get a leaderboard of people that have taken the class since the class was posted. And you also get the here now. I can't switch it right now because I haven't started the class. But the here is where you'll be able to connect the heart rate monitor, and then the cadence and resistance is already built into the bike. And you also have a FPT zone bar. And what this is that you have to take a FPT test on the bike, and they will calculate these zones for you. And that's also something that you don't get when you use the app unless you have a power meter. But even then, those scores aren't kept for you on the app. You will have to manually remember what your zones are. So we're going to start this class. And then you will see how the interactive the leaderboard is. I can filter through my friends. I can filter with just me. I really just want to, compete against myself and try to do better each time I'm on. And this will tell you what your score, your output score was for your last bike ride of the same time. And then you can compete against your past classes. And then you can also go compete against those that are in the same tags as you, which are basically groups. You can give out your high fives here. That's another difference where you can kind of filter out whatever you want to filter out, or you can just see yourself. This here is also an output score that you do not get with the app. Again, unless you have a power meter, and again, you have to keep record of that on your own. The bike will tell you, the bike will keep for you your past output scores, and that is what's considered to be your records and your personal records. So your output score is here. My personal record for a 20-minute class is 123, and I will race at this point in the class. On my 20-minute class, I was at a 5. So it's like I'm racing against myself during that time. And also they will give you the range of what resistance you're supposed to be in. So right now I'm supposed to be in between a 20 and 35, and cadence should be in between at 80 to 100. Also, the heart rate would pop up over here while you're doing your class. So that is what it looks like on the bike. And also you have the option to get rid of all this stuff. If you don't want to see any of the leaderboard, you can get rid of all of that and just have that screen. Another thing is with the volume, you can adjust to have hear the instructor more, or you can adjust to hear more music, or just the original mixes like what you will get on the app. All right, so that is basically the differences. So I hope this comparison video was able to help you make a decision. Is the Peloton app right for you, or do you feel you need the Peloton bike? Before you go, subscribe, like, and comment down below. Until next time.